Hey, my name's Janine. I'm a professional athlete, coach, and Masters World Champion, two-time Masters World Champion. And something that has been on my mind a lot, particularly as I've been scrolling through Instagram, because I get a lot of just like athletes and also like fitness influencers on my feed. There's something that's been really like kind of getting to me a little bit lately. One of the messages that I keep on getting from these like fitness posts and it was even something that I feel like was ingrained in me as like a Power 5 scholarship athlete 20 years ago. It's like still stuck with me, is this like grind mentality and like needing to work hard every day. And like, it's not about like, motivation. It's about discipline and just this like, I don't know. It's just this attitude that like, you got to keep working hard every day. You got to be totally dedicated to your craft, all this stuff. And whereas I don't think that like having a strong work ethic is bad, and there definitely is payoff when you're an athlete to training consistently, following your training plan and all that stuff. Like absolutely, as a coach, like I see the benefit to that for sure. But I've been having a hell of a year. Like this summer, and I don't mean that, well, I mean, I have had some athletic successes, some pretty big ones, but I've also had a really tough time. Like it's almost been like 6 months in my personal life. No, it's been more than 6 months, because I was like dealing with burnout back in March and like backed off of a bunch of stuff in March and April, and then had an experience at the end of April that was traumatizing, that has that the effects of that, I felt like I'm continuing to feel, even though like the situation, like the stuff is resolved, like its impact on me, it's still there. And I'm working through it. I'm in therapy. I'm working through it and things are on the upswing, but I still like feel it a lot. And just about a month ago, I was in Switzerland for the Masters World Championships for the Highland Games. And I was wrestling with feelings of like, I didn't think that I deserved to do well. Like I went into it feeling like I wasn't going to throw well. I wasn't going to throw up to my potential, and like feeling guilty about that. And like I practiced a few times the week leading up to it. And like, to be honest, like, and I had done probably like, I don't know, like 12 or 13 games this year before that. So it's not like I haven't been doing any preparation, right? But like, I really had in my head, like, God, I need to be practicing, like, leading up to this, like, and I've hardly been in the gym since, like, March, even. And then at the Masters World Championship, I went in and I won, like, 6 out of 8 events, and I finished 3rd in the other 2, and, like, feel like I'm about to start crying about it. So I won the overall, like, I defended my Masters World Championship title, and I came through it, like, feeling like I didn't deserve it, like I hadn't earned it, And like the reality is, like, I did put in a whole hell of a lot of work, like in my first few years in the games and even in previous years, and like in the gym for like, a year and 9 months until March. But like, I don't know, that mentality, that dies really hard, And so I don't know what my point totally is with this. I just kind of wanted to share, like, I'm feeling more comfortable talking more publicly about like what I've been going through this year, and just like want to share. I feel like there's some value in sharing a little bit more of like the other side of things. Like, I definitely think it's valuable for athletes to share our highs and our successes and, progress videos and all that stuff. But like, I don't think that it's beneficial to have only one side of things portrayed and put out there. And I think, for somebody who has a narrow, spicy brain like me, I think sometimes it can be really easy to get into this like all or nothing mentality, that like, if you're not working hard all the time, that then you're like a failure, and you're not working hard enough. And that's definitely some stuff that like I got from my parents, probably more my mom too, growing up, that like I needed to be living up to my potential, and it was like a character flaw if I wasn't like disciplined and working hard all the time, All right, I'm going to wrap this up for the third time because TikTok keeps deleting the last segment that I keep on recording. It's probably too long, so I'm going to try to make this shorter. But like, I don't really feel like I have some like big message or moral or whatever that I wanted to come out of this. If anything, just that like, if you're like me and you maybe have a neurospicy brain and you tend towards that all or nothing thinking, like, just know that like, you're not a failure. You don't lack character or discipline if you're struggling. And like, we can celebrate the small wins. Like today, I was able to go and pick up my ADHD medication, and that is a win. And just also, like, if you're getting videos like that, you know, on whatever platform you're on, and they don't serve you, God, swipe past it. You don't have to watch those things. Like, I think one of the points that I wanted to make with this video is like, you know, I think it's important to figure out what motivates you, but also what motivates you in a way that isn't going to cause you harm. So like those videos, for somebody like me with ADHD, those sounds, those videos that are like, you know, grind every day, I do this every day. Like, my dude, that's not me. And I don't need to do my sport. I don't need to train every day. Like, it's okay to not be grinding every day. For most things, it's probably better not to, honestly, frankly. So yeah. So I don't know. If you want to talk at all, if you have any questions, or if you haven't, like, I am a track coach too. Like, I coach Highland Games, but I've been a track coach too. And one of my mutuals was asking for some tips on running or whatever. We have a great conversation the other day. I'm more than happy to answer like general questions about training. Nutrition stuff, like really specific nutrition stuff, is really out of the scope of my practice. But like, if there's like general questions, or, you know, I can point you in the direction of resources or whatever, I'm more than happy to. But yeah, feel free to ask questions if that's something that's like relevant to you. But yeah, thanks you guys for all the support. I appreciate, especially, you know, the mutuals and like some of the people that I've gotten to know, my mutuals that I've gotten to know a little bit better in the last couple of months. I have some of the coolest, smartest, most passionate, progressive mutuals on here. And I think that is something that will always keep me on this platform, despite how incredibly infuriating it can be. It's definitely something I appreciate about this platform. So thanks, guys.